Hello dear students, welcome you all for transmission and distribution class. So continue with this underground cable. Today we will see the dielectric stress in a single core cable. In the previous class we have seen the capacitance in the single core cable. Now we will see the dielectric stress in a single core cable. Under the operating conditions, the insulation of a cable is subjected to electrostatic forces. This is known as the dielectric stresses. The dielectric stresses at any point in a cable infect the potential gradient at that point. Okay, consider a single core cable with the diameter d. Core is of diameter d, small d, and the internal sheath diameter capital D. You know that one. Internal conductor's diameter is small d, and total cable's diameter is capital D. So it's shown in the previously you have studied the things few. Their electric intensity at point x, in the previous class also you have seen this one. Electric intensity at a point x meters from the center is given by Ex is equal to Q by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon r x volts per meter. So this is a common equation what we know. By definition, we know that electric intensity is equal to the potential gradient. Therefore, potential gradient G at point x meters from the cable is given by G is equal to Ex. That is we known things. Potential gradient is same as the electric intensity. Or we can write this instead of Ex what we got the equations, that is equating it to G. Once we equating it to G, so we know the potential difference between the conductor of sheath. The equations we are just in the previous class we have seen that one. V is equal to Q by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon r log E, that is natural logarithm of capital D by small d volts. Or Q is equal to, if you rearrange the equations, you will get 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon r V by log and natural logarithm of D by D. So substituting the value of Q in equation 2, and we will get that G is equal to some this value, because we know that G is equal to Q by 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon r x. Now instead of that Q, whatever value we got, that we will put, and finally we get V by x natural logarithm of D by D volts per meter. That is, you can take it as a third equation. It is very clear that the potential gradient vary inversely as the distance x. Therefore, potential gradient will be maximum when x is minimum. When x is equal to d by 2, that is half of the diameter of the conductor or radius, or at the surface on the conductor, we can call it as a surface of the conductor. On the other hand, the potential gradient will be maximum when d by 2, means that is the radius of the sheath. So we can get the maximum potential at the point where near the conductor, a minimum potential at the point where the outer or surface of the inner sheath. So G max can be given by 2V by D, and that is small d natural logarithm of D by D, or minimum potential gradient G min is given by 2V by capital D natural logarithm of D by D. So this is what the equations we will get. If we get the ratio of G max by G min, we will get capital D by D. The variation of the stresses in the electric dielectric is shown in figure 11.14. You can see 11.14 how it is changes, where till conductor it is same gradient. After you can see it in the pink colored one, very clear. See at that point d by 2, small d by 2, it is very high. Then when it is coming to the d2 capital D by 2, it is decreasing, that is at the G min point. Okay, so it is clear that dielectric stress is maximum at the conductor surface, and its value goes on decreasing as we move away from the conductor. It may noted that the maximum stress is an important consideration in the design of a cable. For instance, if a cable is operated at such a voltage that maximum stress is 5 kV per millimeter, when the insulation must usually have a dielectric strength at least 5 kV per mm. Otherwise, breakdown of the cable will become inevitable. So this is what the dielectric strength to decide the our capacitive breakdown strength of the insulation. We will see one problem here. A 33 kV single core cable has a conductor diameter of 1 cm and a sheath of inside diameter 4 cm. Find the maximum and minimum stress in the insulators. So maximum stress occurs at the conductor surface is given by G max is equal to, we just now know the equations. We know that V is equal to 33 kV RMS. So the values are given. Conductor diameter is 1 centimeter, means D is 1 centimeter, capital D is 4 centimeter. Fine. If you put that values here, we will get a G max of 47.61 kV per centimeter RMS. The minimum stress occurs at the sheath is given by same thing, all the values we are knowing. If you get, we will get 11.9 kV per centimeter. So alternatively, we can write G min by G max is equal into small d by capital D. We will get the same thing. So this is what the get the maximum electric stress, dielectric stress, as well as minimum dielectric stress or gradient. Now we will see one more problem here. The maximum and minimum stress of dielectric of a single core cable is given 40 and 10 kV per centimeter RMS respectively. If the conductor diameter is 2 centimeter, find the thickness of the insulation and operating voltage. Here we need to find the D, so capital D, then find the thickness, then we need to find the V. So remaining things we are known. We know that G max by G min is equal to capital D by D. So using this one we will get the capital D. Once we got the capital D, the thickness we need to find. How to find the thickness? Capital D minus D will give you the total thickness. Actually both the side thickness will be, sir, that's why it is divided by 2. We will get the 3 centimeter as the thickness. Now finding the V, we know G max is equal to 2V by D, natural logarithm of D by D. So if you put the all values, G max anyhow we are given in the problem, now we can find the V, it is 55.45 kilovolt, RMS is known. So coming to the one more problem here, a single core cable for use 11 kV 50 Hz system has a conductor area of 0.645 centimeter square and internal diameter sheath of 2.18 centimeter. Permittivity of the dielectric used cable is 3.5, that is ER or epsilon R. Find the maximum electrostatic stress in the cable, minimum electrostatic stress in the cable, and capacitance of the cable per kilometer length and charging current. So the area is given here. We are taken area. We know that what is the area? Area is 5d square by this 5d square in case of your actually this is 5d square by 4, no, or 5r square is the area, or if we are having the d means d by 2, that is r by r is equal to d by 2. So if you find the d means it is equal to square root of 4a by 5, or if you get the d, that is 0.906 centimeters. We know the capital D is 2.18 centimeter. So using the G max formula we will calculate the G max because all the values known here. Using G min formula, whatever the values we are knowing, we put that one, we will calculate the G min. So capacitance can be found out using the equation epsilon r L divided by 41.4 log to the base 10 d by d, that is your calculated it in the previous class. So using that one, epsilon r is given 3.5 and the length is 1 kilometer, that is 1000 meter. So put all the values there, we will get the C as 0.22 microfarads. So once we know the C, we can get the IC, that is V by XC. XC is 1 by 25 FC. So all the values we need to substitute and we will get a charging current of 0.76 amps according to this problem. Okay, so next is the most economical conductor size is given. So it has already shown that the maximum stress of the cable occurs at the surface of the conductor. For safe working of a cable, dielectric strength of the insulation should be more than the maximum stress. So rewriting the expression of G max is given like this. The values of working voltage V and internal sheath D have to kept fixed for certain values due to design consideration. This leaves the conductor diameter D to be only the variable. So given values of V and D, the most economical conductor will be one for which G max has a minimum value. How to get the minimum value? By differentiating the value of G max and equating it to 0, we will have a d by dd of the d log E d by d, because we are differentiating with respect to small d, because the variable thing is only d here. So if we are going to differentiate with one anyhow two variables here, uv formula, that's what if you are going to derive it, we will get a value of d by d is equal to 2.718. Our most economical conductor is given by d is equal to capital D by 2.718. So value of G max under this condition is 2V by D. So for the low and medium voltage cables, the value of the conductor diameter arrived by this method is often too small from the point of view of current density. Therefore, the conductor diameter of such cables is determined from the consideration of safe current density. For high voltages designed based on the theory is give a very high value of D, much too large from the point of the view of a current carrying capacity, and it is therefore advantageous to increase the conductor diameter to this value. There are three ways of doing this without using excessive copper. That is, first one is using aluminum instead of the copper. Because of the same current diameter, aluminum will more than the copper. Second one, using copper wires stranded around a central core of hemp and using a central lead tube instead of hemp. So these are the different methods are used for the having a most economical conductor size in cable. In the next class we can study the grading of cables. If you find any difficulties, you can ask me. Thank you.